In this week's Parsha, Moshe recounts to us, Parsha's Eikev, the story of the manna. If you remember, when the Jews left Mitzrayim, the matzah that they took out lasted for a month, and they started complaining as their reserves dwindled down. He said, Moshe, better we just stayed in Mitzrayim with plenty of meat and bread, drinks. Why did we come out to the desert and starve to death? And Hashem heard that cry, and he started pouring down the heavens with manna, showering down. Each family at their doorsteps got a portion that lasted their family for one day. And the next day they'd go out, open the door, and there'd be another portion. They'd go to the field. And on Erev Shabbos, we know they had two portions, one for Erev Shabbos and one for Shabbat. And this week, as Moshe recounts that story, he refers to it in the same way he refers to it in Parshas Beshalach when he first introduced the manna as a test. Well, I don't know about you, but anytime I get room service and I open up my door and there's hot scrambled eggs with toast and orange juice and coffee, there's no test. What's the test? I don't need to get dressed. I don't need to go downstairs, wait in line, deal with a waiter or a waitress. In the midbar, the clothes that the Jewish people wore miraculously fit them, tailored them as they grew for 40 years. And it didn't smell. It was like freshly laundered clothes. Their shoes grew with them like the shell of a snail. It grew with them. They didn't have to go to Nordstrom's or Macy's or Kmart and wait in line and park and get traffic tickets and things like that. None of that existed. You were like living in Gan Eden. So where's the test? I remember reading a study of two boys that went to the same high school. One boy was a second-generation American whose father had a successful business. And when that boy graduated high school, his father wrote a check for him to go to a 4-year college. And when he got out of college, he moved to Chicago and got a job. His father paid for half his rent until the boy was up on his own. The other boy that went to that high school was the son of an immigrant that had no money. And when that boy went to college, he did take a scholarship and he worked his way through school. And when he got out, he started studying how to become a franchisor. He took a bank loan, took a little risk, and today, 25 years later, the study looked at what happened to both those boys. Well, the immigrant's a multimillionaire. And the boy, the rich kid, or at least the son of the rich boy, the rich father, mediocre, never made it big, never really took any chances in life. Sometimes when we get manna from heaven, the test is that it's excess, it's a gift. We don't appreciate the struggles of life, the things that actually crystallize our character. It's those moments of struggle, of uncertainty, of pain, the things that we sweat through life, that's really makes the mensch. And the manna was a test because we didn't have to run out for our parnasa, for our food. We have to run out to get our clothes and to feed our children and to clothe our children. It was free. It wasn't it. It was a test. But what was the test? The test was, what did you do with that extra time? Suddenly, you found yourselves with extra time. What did you do with it? Well, in this study, the litmus test was who made more money. But we know as Jews, that's not the ultimate test. The ultimate test is who brought up a Jewish family with good values, who sent them to the right schools and studied Torah, who dedicated themselves to mitzvahs and Shabbat. That extra time where the Jews had manna, didn't have to work for their food. What do they do at that time? That's a huge test. Affluence without work, without sweat and effort, is a tremendous test. King Solomon in Mishlei in Proverbs teaches us that Sonin Matana Yichyeh, the one who hates a gift, he's the one that lives. Very powerful. If you hate a gift, well, who hates gifts? We all run for gifts. But the Torah teaches us, be careful. The manna that comes, whether that manna is coming from Hashem, from a parent, from a rich uncle, whatever it is, be a little cynical with that because that could spoil you. And you don't want to be spoiled. You want to live fresh. You want to be alive. And if you do get that test, for whatever the circumstances are, use that test, use that extra time, whatever that excess is, to elevate it and to become a better Jew, to serve Hashem. We all have the bracha that we should pass that test and find those areas in our life where we're getting the manna and to elevate it and make ourselves better people. And Shabbos.